Recent controversies surrounding the UK banking industry have caused consumer faith to plummet, according to a new report which has revealed nosediving levels of trust towards UK banks. The number of people who say they no longer trust their bank has risen to more than a third, with just a quarter of people believing that their bank has their best interests at heart.
This year's report won't be a surprise to people in that it's saying that people are dissatisfied with their bank, which probably isn't that big a story. What we think is a story, though, is that people are now starting to look for an alternative to their bank, whereas previously they were dissatisfied but doing nothing. People are now starting to look for an alternative.
I moved out because I didn't think it was the right sort of bank for me. They weren't giving me the sort of things that I needed from them.
The bank charges in the bank before were getting beyond a joke. Go £3 overdrawn and you got charged £70.
They have quite a negative image right now because of the economic crisis, and people don't like them a lot.
Consumer faith has plummeted not only this year but over time because there's been this gradual drip of negative stories that have the banks involved. We've seen the PPI issues, we've seen the swap issues, and also as well we've seen the libel scandal. And I think gradually over time people are just saying there has to be something different. People want to be treated like individuals. Too often the banks treat people like a number. And I think overwhelmingly people want to be treated like an individual, and that's something that we try really hard on within the Cambridge Building Society to actually reflect back to people.
Communication and telling you exactly where your money's going and just being helpful when you go into a branch.
If the customer service is good, or if their attitudes are helpful and they want to give you as much advice as possible.
People are looking for something different, and the great thing about building societies is that they are so different from banks. And probably the biggest difference that we all know about is that whereas banks are owned by shareholders, building societies are actually owned by their customers. Their members own the building society. If people want more information, you'll not be surprised to hear that we've got a website. Just search on Google and you'll find Cambridge Building Society on there. We've got 18 branches in and around Cambridge, but probably a little bit more surprisingly as well, do go to Facebook or Twitter. You'll find us on there, and hopefully you'll find that we'll respond to you really quickly in that way as well.